Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome. Nice to see everybody on a Tuesday evening, broadcasting live right outside Indianapolis, Indiana. And it's getting ready to storm. It's raining here. We want to welcome John. Hello, John. Hello, Curtis. And Kelly, how are you doing?
Doing okay. How are you guys?
Doing good. How are you doing, Mary?
Doing wonderful. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. So tonight, Kelly, what are we going to talk about?
We are going to talk about spirit attachments.
Awesome. Awesome. A lot of people. Hello, Catherine Johnston. Thanks for sharing. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. So, what about spirit attachments?
Well, it can happen anytime in life. Like if you're aware and you're a little kid, sometimes you can have a spirit attach itself and hang out with you all your life. Another thing that can happen is drugs or alcohol, or going ghost busted and not telling it to stay where it needs to stay, and it totes itself home with you.
Isn't that the truth?
Then you have an attachment. You wonder why you're fighting or what's wrong, and oh my.
Right. Kelly Joe, did I update your new phone number down at the bottom? Is it 850 area code?
Yes, you got it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
And
I
and
forgot since you moved.
yeah, a myriad of things can happen. So you have a spiritual attachment. Another thing is, it can attach itself to objects, a place, land. I mean, you can have a spirit attachment without a house.
Right.
Because they're attached to the land. An area where a lot of times too, spirit attachments can happen if there's like a major traumatic event, like a war or a massacre or a murder. All that can cause that. Flood, a natural disaster, all the above can make that happen. And you always have to do your due diligence and make sure you clear your energy and at all times if you're doing ghost busting and stuff like that, and also if you're aware. You look pretty tonight, Mary.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So do you. Look nice and bright. Is that a new shirt?
It's a new dress.
I hadn't seen you wear it before. It's really pretty. I like it.
Yeah.
What's really important about attachments is that how it affects people, mood changes.
Oh, yeah. Mood
attitudes,
changes.
Relationships.
Yep.
A lot of people don't understand that. Even people's houses and apartments and living quarters. People have gone through divorces, breakups.
Because of the identity. Yeah. And a lot of people don't think of that. And then it's, don't think of the spiritual element.
John says, is that way cryptids keep tabs on you?
What does he mean? Like they can attach themselves to it? Yeah, they can.
So, because a lot of people think that the cryptids, Bigfoot, Dogman, whatever else that's not proven by science or known by science, they say that they know that when you're out in the woods, and they know your true meaning, that they know your intentions when you're out there. So, yeah. And a lot of people say that when they move from residence or from locations, that they actually will follow you.
Oh, totally.
And other clans will know you when you move to a new location. They know your presence and your intentions from your last locations. It's interesting to hear people when we interview them how that works. It's very interesting.
Well, everything's connected.
I've seen a picture early this morning, about 5 o'clock this morning. As you know, Kelly, I'm always up and down throughout the morning and night. And I seen a picture of a mushroom, and I seen the root system and how far it went down into the earth, just like the tree root system, how far it goes. and how everything's connected to it, to the earth, and the vibrations and frequencies. And attachments is something it's not to mess with.
No.
And we talk about that on our spiritual channel and how a lot of people are affected by it. And we talk about prayer a lot with God. And it's sad that people don't believe in this.
Right. Because, you can poo-poo it all you want, but it's very real.
I might have to start using that poo-pooing it all you want. I'm sorry, I thought it was cute. You come up with these sayings. It's just I never heard of it before, but
Well, I guess it's another Kellyism. I guess I have my own words for stuff.
Now, when you look at people in general public when you're out, can you see attachments when people have them? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
Have you ever seen ones that look? I've seen one time on a guy. I'd get a flash of it, and it was almost like a worm-looking type.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
The back of their head, down their spine.
Oh yeah, they attach right at the base of the neck and go all the way down. Yep,
I could see it, and he would say, this guy would say some of the most horrible things would come out of his mouth, and that thing would grip, and then you would hear him say it, and I was like, oh, it's making him say that.
Yep, it's not him, it's the other thing.
I knew exactly what it was, but everybody didn't like this guy, and I could see why, because they were picking up on that thing and his bad behaviors from it.
Well, you could go into a bar and has everybody seen Gremlins?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what bar looks like when people are drinking.
Hi, Virgil. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's how do you tell people and explain to people about attachments? Because a lot of people get offended. And like you say, they poo-poo, they don't believe in DWE attachments.
Well, it's like, well, have you had personality changes lately? Yeah. Have you had things that you can't explain happen? Yeah. Well, guess what? That's an attachment. Multiple personalities are attachments. They're like wide open. It's like airport, here, another one comes in, here, another one comes in. It's like, okay, all righty, who are we talking to now? We don't know.
Let's see, hey, Dow, welcome to the show. See, when I got hurt, and you and I talked about it, I don't know if I ever talked to Mary about it. When I was taking psychology, when I was hurt, when I was talking to my professor, we got into a lot of disagreements because we had to diagnose people and treat people with medicine, right?
Right.
And when you treat and diagnose people with medicine, the medicine did not work. What does that tell you? There was other underlying circumstances that were affecting the human body that medicine would not work or treatment would not work. And that would tell me that things were spiritual and not humanly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, look at exorcisms they used to do.
No, you're absolutely right. But it's sad because we look at society today as a whole, and people believe in good, but they don't believe in evil. And I don't understand that.
Yep, that's just, I don't know why, but it's always been there, but people are more nonchalant. At least we don't live in the dark ages where everything's bad,
Right.
Back then they burned the witches.
Right. Dow's asking you, Kelly, how do you get rid of attachment and how do you identify if you do have an attachment?
Well, you feel a presence. You, like we say, personality change. You say your prayers and you denounce it and you send it to the light and through the light, of highest light, of God, universal energy, whatever you want to call it. and commanding the men that it goes. Because if you are the person who has to get rid of it. And sometimes people like the energy that it gives them and they don't want to get rid of it.
That is so true. And I'm glad that you said that, because some people feel that it makes them something that they're not.
Right.
The energy tops it off. And I don't understand that. I really don't.
I don't either, but they think it gives them energy and they think it's a good thing and they like it.
Well, think about it when, like a celebrity, when they're up on stage and it takes over and they're singing and they can produce all of that energy and that outpour. That's hard for people to let go of when they can feel that, even though it's not good for them.
Right. You know, and too, you feel different. The lady was asking, it's like you'll feel weird or different, you know, or like I talked to somebody that was a multiple and she said that she felt a hollow space when another one was exiting and entering, and then it would fill up again. That's how they described it.
And a lot of people don't understand too that the evil entity can also make you feel good.
Yep.
It doesn't mean just because it's an evil presence that attachment is not going to make you feel bad all the time.
Right.
It can make you feel superhuman. It can make you feel what you say, Hollywood style, fame, fortune, right?
Right.
But it's still going to deteriorate your lifestyle, deteriorate your health, deteriorate your family members, friends, your surroundings, and so forth. It's going to eventually take you one way or another.
Absolutely. And it can wait years.
Right. Chris Hell's asking you, Kelly, how do you know the difference between soul contracts versus attachments?
Well, a soul contract is what you decide before you come here. That's your soul contract. The spiritual attachment, the spirit attachment is totally different than the soul contract. That's an outside entity attaching itself to you. It isn't part of the soul contract.
What would you like to add to that?
Well,
go ahead, Mary.
The soul contract, there you can't change that. There's no changing it. That's like what she said, that you are supposed to be coming into this lifetime for a specific purpose. You're not going to have a change on that. You can fight it. It's probably going to make your life difficult if you fight it. But as far as an attachment could come from anywhere. It could be a lineage line. It could be, like she said, you went to a home. It could be from an object. It could be because you went to the wrong place. It could be because you went out and got drunk and slept with somebody. And they had it and now it's attached to you. And so it was not there your whole life. It's a newer thing.
Right.
You can get rid of it too.
Right. Thank you, Mary.
Yeah, Chris, think of an attachment. The best way that I can describe to give you a picture of a lamprey or of a leech, how it attaches to you. Like Kelly and Mary was talking about how it attaches, how they were seeing them attached to the base of the neck or the back of the skull and to the spine. Now, I don't see stuff like that. I see stuff in other realms and see and feel stuff. Thank goodness, because I'll probably go like, I'll probably go insane, right? I can't imagine go out in public and Kelly be sitting at the table and she'd be smiling and there'd be a cowboy getting ready to knock the hell out of me, right? So, Dow, how many can attach to you at one time? They want to know.
You can have thousands.
Yeah, I was going to say a ton. Lots. Lots and lots.
I remember when I was 16 years old, I met a guy that had the Legion with him.
Oh.
And
was he completely possessed at that point?
Oh, totally. Yep. And we did prayers and we got rid of him. It took a while, but we did it. And then I worked with him after I was only like 17. And I was sent up there. And He was healthy. He got married, had 2 kids, and
Oh, wow.
he was fine.
Wow. I want to give a shout out to Ed Odell. How you doing, Mr. Odell? Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in and hanging out with us. But there is. It can be a legion is infinity, right?
Right.
There's undetermined. A lot of people think an attachment can be only a singular, and that is
Not true.
not true at all.
And
Uh,
then,
Go ahead.
yeah, you always have to pray and ask if you're allowed to get rid of it for them.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Scott M. I should probably get checked for the paranormal tick because I've been in some bad places. And this is one of the things, Scott, that we do when we go on paranormal investigation and so forth. We say a prayer to God, to the white light, and for prayer for protection. And we also say it. We anoint it. We anoint ourselves with oils. We also use crystals, right? A lot of people think crystals are witchcraft. It's not, and we can discuss that on another show. But we also say a prayer of protection, and like Kelly said, that anything that is present has to stay there and does not leave with us or with anybody that is in our group when we leave the facility or the place that we're at. And that's very important. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. They don't say the prayer of protection. Whatever prayer that you use, it will suffice as long as it's to God and through the white light. But you also don't want to entice or invoke anything or challenge these things. Because there has been times before, if you watched my show in the past 7 or 8 years, that people have actually challenged these entities or attachments, and they have lost their lives, have had strokes, heart attacks, and we're talking people that have been in their 30s and 40s or early 50s with perfectly healthy health, and by doctors, and just drop dead. And we also have had their children have been taken, 13, 15, and 17-year-olds, perfectly normal, healthy, and they found in their bed and just died from unknown causes. So it's very important, and people watch these things on TV with these horror flicks or shows. It's nothing to mess with. These things have very strong power. It's not what you see on TV with these ghost shows where they go in and scream and holler and run around in the dark. It's not what it is. What do you think about that, Kelly and Mary?
No. You don't want to provoke it and do that. Mary, what's your thoughts on it?
I would never provoke an entity. With the things that I've seen and experienced, they can cause you some severe damage, physical damage, if they choose to. I almost had one take me out before, just because it didn't like me because I follow God. Yeah, I would not go there because they can, and it can be in a blink of an eye. And if they pull and those demonic things come and they're trying to take you out or down, I mean, you could have a stroke, a heart attack, a seizure, and you could never wake up. It could be at night when you're not protected, and you may not wake up the next morning. And that's the sad part that people don't understand. They think it's a game, and it's not. These things are not your friend. They're out to take you out.
Yeah.
I've actually seen people actually leave places on investigations and have severe car wrecks because a tire blew out, a part on a vehicle malfunctioned or fell apart, or a part or that a screw or a bolt came undone. And how can you explain that?
You can't. That the evil wants to mess with you. A lot of times, like before go do a house clearing or something, there's a negative entity, the phone will goof up, the messages will get goofed up, all kinds of weird stuff like that will happen. Car won't start because it knows you're coming.
Right. No, absolutely. It's a very scary subject to talk about. And a lot of people that are watching this live or on a replay are probably going to sit there and be like, yeah, right, whatever. And then when they experienced it or talk to somebody that actually has experienced something like that, it changes them. Or know somebody that actually lost a loved one or a friend or a family member. It's nothing to mess with. It really isn't. And there are a lot of paranormal people. If there is an attachment or in the house, they will not go in there and investigate. They will not do it. They'll tell you straight up that's above my pay grade. Won't do it.
Well, if it's too bad, yeah, say you need need a priest that's above my expertise. Like I had a client one time, the person was doing like messing with black magic and then doing drugs. So we cleared the place, you know, fine. Then they called back up screaming and hollering, saying it was bad. And I said, well, what did you do? Or what did he do? Well, he started the drugs again and then he opened another portal.
Yeah.
I said, this mama don't play. I ain't coming back. You call somebody else or you guys deal with it. Because we cleaned it once and you opened it up again. And that's not okay. And when that happens, you can have worser. I know that's not a real word, but worser than what you had before.
Yeah,
And then it's like bring friends, party down. Not good.
Right. Now, starting with Kelly, Chris asked, can they also affect your soul too afterwards if they do? And can they end up taking you physically?
Yes.
If that makes sense, if you know what I mean.
Yes. They affect your soul. They affect you physically. Yes.
Chris,
All the above.
I had one that was coming after me and my family at my old house, and it would pick my son up by its leg and start hauling him up to the ceiling. I got my arm grabbed and slammed into the wall. I had one come and pick me up by the throat and my feet, and I was dangling with my feet about 3 feet off the ground while it was choking me. If that gives you an idea of what they're capable of.
And like Roger says, those ghost shows we see on TV, they may record up 12 hours of video and they only edit it down to 45 minutes. And you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, those ghost shows on TV or for what? And I'll do like what I do right here. If I can hit my little button, scroll up, and wow, this is for entertainment purposes only.
There you go. Okay.
I'm just saying. They're there to entertain us. And do we get actual real bits of information? Absolutely. But, and I'm not saying that all the ghost shows we see on TV are fabricated.
Right.
But, you know, we've been on investigations, us, Mary and myself on investigations. There is a lot of boring, there's a lot of downtime. And, you know, and I mean, I may run 20, 30 hours of video on one camera. I may run 5, 6 cameras, and you do the math on how many hours that is and try to edit that. And it's just ludicrous and try to get anything. And sometimes you may end up with nothing.
Right.
And that's just how it is. But, you know, this is something people should not mess with. You know, they watch this stuff on TV and they go out and they buy a handy cam or they use their cell phone and they get an EMF detector. And next thing you know, they're a Ghostbuster. That's not how it works. So, and
Don't
even
ever do it alone.
You would be surprised, Kelly, how many people do that.
Wow. Because you need to have
cryptids, paranormal. You'd be surprised how many people do it by themselves. I just, I just don't get it.
I don't get that either.
So yeah, I just don't get it. I really don't.
No, you're not, Virgil.
Yeah, I just don't get it. So,
but it, like we say, it's not a game. You know, it's very real. You know.
Well, everybody wants to go out here and they want fame and fortune. They want to start a YouTube channel and they think they're going to get rich. And I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, we spend more money on doing this than anything that we make in return. And that's just being honest. And we do it because we want to educate people and we love Kelly Joe and people that are on our channel. And we want a platform where people can come to and be a part of the family and grow. That's why we do it. You know, our hearts are in it. Because if it was about money, I wouldn't do it at all. If I was a true businessman, I wouldn't be doing this right here and there. I'll be doing other alternatives.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I just, Chris, go up?
You know,
Yeah.
but we do this because we want to help, you know, and we're doing it from the right, from our, the right conscience of it.
Right.
Chris, when you were saying that must have been scary, yes and no. Although it scared me, my beliefs in the Lord and Jesus, and I know that he protects me. So I had like a half a second of fear, and then I called to the Lord to get him, and he took him away very quickly. So please know, when you call out to Jesus and the Holy Spirit, he will get rid of those so quickly in the blink of an eye. But I don't fear them because I know I have the Lord's protection. But yes, if it was a normal person that was not a believer, it would probably be the most scary experience in their whole life.
Sandcar, yes, we'll be giving you a sample reading here in a few minutes. I got you in line and we'll get you taken care of. I got you marked. And let's see here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah, Michelle. And look at Michelle, for example. Michelle's been on your show. We interviewed her a while back ago.
Yes.
Look at what activity she has in her apartment. It's just off the chart.
Right. Right.
So bless you.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, Anita, we'll get you taken care of here in a second. And Cindy, you would be on a tropical island. Much love. Oh, thank you. Greatly appreciate that, Cindy. You know, it's not all about money. And, you know, I'll say this. Hey, welcome, Tennessee, Kentucky, Bigfoot. Long time no see. Glad to have you. And I'll say this, and we don't charge anybody on our show for anything they do. Mary and I pay for everything out of our pocket. We do this because we love everybody and we want everybody to have their own show, to have the platform to help themselves. And that's why we have Kelly Joe's information at the bottom of the screen there. And it's very important because when Kelly Joe does these sample readings, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a picture into the window of what she's capable of doing, you know, and this is just to show you what she's able to do. And this is where you can have private readings, where you can contact her, because if Kelly Joe doesn't want you to contact her, and she's got her PayPal up there for donations and stuff like that, she wouldn't be on here doing this and wouldn't be able to do free readings to have you to help you as well. So, and if Kelly Joe didn't have a big heart, she would be on our channel as well. And we talked about that a while back ago. Ain't that right, Kelly?
Yes, sir.
Grizzly or Chris. Don't call me sir. Let's see here. Chris, thanks for the live, all of you. Can you please tell me more about the spirit that lives? Yeah, okay. I'll put you in line there. And let's see here. Michelle is a doll. Virgil, yeah, I need to get you on a dating site. This ain't a dating site, brother. Let's see here. Michelle says, I pray to the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, and I still have activity, and it does not take it away. Michelle, I'll say this. How strong is your faith? And it's no disrespect. And some of these entities and so forth, man, they are not to mess with, and it takes a lot. And just because you pray doesn't mean it's going to go away the first time. Go ahead.
Is she praying and fasting? If it's that strong of an attachment, I would be fasting for a few days and then trying, because sometimes that's the only way to get rid of them. you have to raise your spiritual vibration and connection to get to that point. And some of them are that hideous.
Yeah, it really is.
And do what is it? Once she cleanses them out, put black tar down. That helps stop the entities from coming in.
Right. And Michelle, I use St. Benedict metals, St. Christopher metals, St. Michael metals. I use holy waters. I use
So,
minerals. I use, let me tell you something. When I go to bless a house or to do a house clearing, I use everything in my power. I just don't go in and say a prayer and do a smudge.
right,
I use everything in my prayer. I use metals around the house, around the apartment. I mean, it is full force because you don't know every entity, I don't want to say, hey, Go Pack, nice to see you there. Every entity or every demon has different powers and strength.
right, right.
So, some of these horror movies will specify that. Go ahead, Kelly.
Um, she also needs to get some crosses over the doorway, so Chris can set you up for that.
Yes, and
And salt. You need to salt.
and Michelle, I didn't mean to say. I think that may came out wrong about faith, because it says in the Bible about. I'll let Mary say about the mustard seed.
Well, the faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain is the Bible verse that he's referring to. But Michelle, I keep getting something. There's about a mirror in your place that's causing an open portal. Do you have mirrors that are facing your bed or anything like that?
I didn't even get a hold of them. They're already smacking me.
Because that's what I'm getting, and you may need to move those.
It is a mirror. It is a mirror. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's. I mean, I can't even hold them, and it's already saying yes strongly. Yeah. So.
Like, don't have mirrors in the bedroom. Don't let them face your bed when you're sleeping. Anything like that. That will open a portal. I promise you. Get them out of your bedroom. Keep mirrors in like your bathroom only. Do not let them face your personal stuff. People don't understand that mirrors are literally and can be a portal.
And Michelle, one of the things, and and I'm not saying this because of money or anything like that, but maybe you need to contact Mary outside the channel and talk about a spiritual healing and discuss that, and also talk to Kelly on the side as well. Cindy, I only talk to the spirit after all precautions are in place. I don't go looking anywhere in divine light. No, absolutely, Cindy. But Cindy, see, the thing is that you'll be surprised how people love dark things and evil places. There were people on TikTok that you go there and they will insert a demon in you, and they would have 300 or 400 people in line. I cannot make this up. And I would actually broadcast this on different shows. And look at Kelly. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep up with the comments, Kelly. They're coming so fast.
Okay, I wasn't seeing the comments, but it's like,
Yeah, we like to burn salt to clear bad property. Not sure if that was mentioned. Yeah, see, Kentucky, Tennessee, Kentucky, Bigfoot. So, and that's what I'm saying. There are numerous things, and that's why I said earlier, when I go, hey, Sweetly Murmured Bear, nice to see you. And that's why I said, when I go in, I hit everything with full force, because I don't know what is going to work, which option, which material, which salt, which holy water, which metal. So I'd rather do it all to make sure and to protect everything as much as possible. But once again, I can't make any guarantees, because like Kelly said earlier, if you're doing something at home, whether it's DOC, drug of choice, alcohol, or you're dousing in something with boards, Ouija boards or whatnot, and so forth, you are creating your own portals and opening up stuff for these things or creatures to come into.
And she's also a natural medium. Michelle.
See, Michelle says face does slow it down, but they never truly go away.
But she's also a medium. They're coming to her.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Okay. No mirrors anywhere in the house except for the bathroom mirror.
Maybe you need to cleanse that mirror.
Yeah. And I don't have the. A lot of people say, "Well, Grizzly, I make my own holy water, my own anointment oil." That's fine. I mean, if your faith is that strong and you can follow instructions, I don't have a problem with that. I don't judge. I don't question anybody's faith because I am not the one that is there to do that. It's just I know what works for me in my faith and in what I've done in my past to help people, and it works. And I think with my shows with Dr. Curl over the years, it's proven that. But I cannot tell somebody face to face that if I come to your house or if I do your prayer or if I'm talking to you right now, it's going to solve it right then and there. I cannot do that because I don't know what you're going to do afterwards, and I don't know what you're actually facing till I get there. And like Kelly says, it may take several times. It may take. I know people. It's taken 8 months to declare a place out, and people actually had to move. However, depends on what you do. If you move, it can and it shall follow you. And people don't understand that. They think if they move places, it's gone. That's not true.
It's attached to them.
That is correct.
Somebody was asking in the room about salt. Can you use any salt? Yes. You can use Morton salt. Salt.
Now, I tell you another thing people get in trouble with: buying used furniture, thrift stores, and Goodwill.
Clean it off.
Now, I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there because a lot of people don't understand that. Or hand-me-down stuff from friends, neighbors, families. Yes. So I'm just saying. And, people are mentioning different types of salt, different pink colors, whatever. Whatever makes you feel better, then that's what I would do.
Right.
If you feel better trying multiples, then do it.
Right.
What do you say?
If you don't have fancy salt, Morton salt works.
Well, if it was me, I would be bringing in Christ conscience and the higher powers of energies. I would be asking Jesus and the Holy Spirit to fill the room. I would be anointing every window, every wall, the ceiling, the floors, any of your mirrors. I would be going and doing cleansing on that. I would be declaring all portals and any negative entities to be closed off to your apartment. I would definitely be fasting and getting down on my hands and knees and praying when I would be doing that to get that cleared out. The other thing is if it may not just be the place. It could be, like they said, attached to you. So if that's the case, then you're going to have to do your cleansing. And so that will take it and amp it up a little bit more on what you need to be doing. So that's where you got to really try to discern, is this actually in the house or is it attached and coming after you? Now, if you truly are a firm believer in the Lord, that may just be why you're getting attacked. If you're faith and you're going and connecting with God, you will get attacked. There's nothing you do but just rely on it and keep going. Because the closer you come to God, the more the enemy attacks. So that could just be your confirmation that you're going down the right path with the Lord. So there's not a whole lot you can do. You will face spiritual attacks in your walk with Christianity your whole life.
And if y'all need sage or something like that, let me know. Our sage is only $7, and we can ship it out. Just pay the shipping on top of it. It's probably like $3 and something. So just let me know. I mean, we'll, just message me or whatever. And we got a lot of stuff, so it's no big deal.
I am too, Michelle.
And you can call me if you want Michelle too, so.
Yes. And Kelly's information is down at the bottom for audio listeners. It's kellyjoe1009 at gmail.com. And her website is www.kellyjoepsychic.com. Her telephone number is 850-481-1813. So please mark that down, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you're just now tuning in and on a replay. She's just message her, And the telephone number, ladies and gentlemen, is not a cell phone. Do not text it. It's
right. I don't know what happens if they do. I don't know what
so
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is not a landline. So let's keep that in mind. All right, Kelly. We have Anita would like to know about a sample reading, please.
You have to trust yourself more, and you have impeccable timing. So something really, 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 really good's going to happen in the next 3 months. I'm really happy for you. And they're showing me all these sunflowers. Go ahead, Chris.
I can't hold them. They're like Happy were on TV. Yes, Kelly's right. I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm not going to say anything else. All right, Chris, come on down. Chris says, thanks for live, every one of you all. Can you please tell me more about the spirit that lives with me and what he wants with me? Please and thank you.
Well, it's a gentleman, and he's in his 50s, and he has a bald spot right here. I think he died of a heart attack, and he's just attached to the house. He isn't harmful, but he loves to. This is funny. He follows you back and forth to the bathroom.
I don't know going to say the bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom. And he's always watching what you're doing. He's very interested in what you're doing.
Is it because of the clothes she's wearing?
Is it because of the clothes he's wearing? Yes.
No, she's wearing.
Yes.
I know what people wear around the house, because never mind. We'll just drop it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. What do you think about it? She's turning red. Well, she made a comment before the show. She's like, have you just ever just wore a shirt just on the show?
Oh,
anyway.
my. Well, I hope you guys have a good night, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
From coast to coast and around the world, Godspeed, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.